Hello and welcome back to my channel, Thrifty Day. My name is Leah. I'm the creator behind Thrifty Day. I'm a little under the weather, but I still wanted to do this YouTube. I'm a little bit behind on my December daily, a couple days, because we have just had a whirlwind of a week. So I thought I would take you along on the journey and show you what I'm up to. Be sure to stick around to the end of this video if you want to see a complete flip through of my very first week in my December daily for 2023. It's coming along so bright and cheery and bringing me a lot of joy. This past week has been so busy with multiple shows. My oldest daughter runs a dance program where she is a teacher, and it was her third annual holiday recital for her children. It was a four-show week for my youngest daughter, Abby, who is Little Red and Into the Woods. Lots of friends and family came, so we had lots of fun going to dinner and getting drinks and having fun after every show. I am exhausted, but wow, what a wonderful week with family and friends. I am so incredibly lucky, and I'm just so grateful that I have so many wonderful people to share my life with. And looking through my December daily and creating has been such a wonderful reminder to be grateful and to express gratitude in these pages. So that's what I intend to do. I'm going to flip over that page because these 2 days sort of ran into each other because it was such a whirlwind. So I wanted it to be a full layout and sort of share the days. So days 8 and 9, I decided I would sort of share the layout. Because not only did we have 2 shows for Abby and one was closing night, I also had my daughter's dance recital. And it isn't just a dance recital. We do a whole boutique and photo ops and raffles, and all of the money that we make from that goes into the next recital for the spring. So it's a very big event for the little dancers. They work very hard, and it was a huge hit and a great success. The parents were very happy. The kids all learn so much. It's amazing to me how much my daughter teaches these little ones. She has such a gift for teaching and for dance. And so when you put them hand in hand, you get little ones who really learn and also love to learn to dance. So that's a wonderful thing. I am using this little red and white gingham napkin because something we also did for Abby's friends, my youngest daughter in Into the Woods, was on closing night. We made cookies and had little baskets, and we lined them with this red and white gingham napkin, and we gave them out to everyone in the cast and crew for closing night. So I thought it would be fun to have that on the page, just to sort of be a reminder of something fun that Abby and I did for her cast and crew. So I thought these pages could definitely just be one full spread because it really felt like one long 48-hour day, to be honest. I also have this beautiful digital vintage doily. I want to say it's from Johanna Clow, and she's on Etsy. I'll be sure to link that down below in the comments. It's beautiful. I just printed it on sticker paper. She always recommends on her channel to do that. So that's exactly what I did. And I'm going to trim it. And you're going to see I have a very large piece that was too big for one page. So I'm going to fold over that one little piece because it's nice and festive. And then I'm going to use that large sticker strip that I have, and I'm just going to put it on another more empty page because I don't want to waste it, and I obviously don't want to try to stick it back on the sticker paper. So I just found a page that was coffee dyed, and I just stuck it on there. I figured it will be decorative in the future. So I love the way that looks. I love how kind of mismatchy it is. I love the patchwork vibe. It's already giving. I was going through a lot of my odds and ends a couple days ago, and I realized I'm not using these as much as I should. So I decided to go through and find a lot of those strips of vintage book pages just to sort of add to this page to give it a Christmassy vibe, because I don't like leaving scraps. I like making sure that I'm using them as much as possible because that's why I save them. And sometimes when they're tucked away, you forget. So it was my goal to use at least a couple of these, and that's exactly what I did. I'm using this PVA glue, and I'm just going to stick it right on that gingham fabric. Usually when I do a big layout like this, something I like to do is create a lovely, bright, cheery base so that the second half of creating is really just sticking your more important pieces of ephemera and photos on top. So that's sort of what you see me doing here. And oftentimes I don't trim things down. I will just fold them over and either glue them or tape them to the opposite page if I can. And that is to continue to create structure in the pages, because a lot of the pages in our junk journals are very thin, especially if we're working with vintage pages. So this really does create a whole another layer of glue and paper and just a structure to the page so that when you turn it, it's not thin and floppy. It actually has a very good little weight to it. So if you see me always kind of just folding things over and creating more strength, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's the goal. So I found this really cute vintage card, and it's Santa in a mixed drink. And I thought, well, I have to use that because after one of the shows for Abby, a bunch of my friends came, and we all thought it would be really fun to go out after, and we got festive drinks, and they even came with really cute little candy cane straws with Santa like mustaches on them or beards. It was so cute. So that card was perfect. So not only am I using that vintage card in the layout, I also printed a picture of all our cute drinks too. They were just so festive. They were a really beautiful shade of red. Oh my, it was so fun. What a fun night with friends. So I'm also adding this beautiful doily that I received in some Happy Mail in a Christmas card this week. It is absolutely beautiful and the perfect shade of red, little scallops. And so I definitely wanted to include that. So thank you so much for sending this cute little goodie in the holiday cards that you're sending. You guys are all so sweet. If you wanted to send me a holiday card, I am happy to send one back. My address, my P.O. box is listed in the description box below. So I'm just using fabric tack to add that. I'm going to create a pocket, and so that I could add some photos and some journaling into that pocket. And so I'm just going to make sure it's nice and glued to the page. And so these are some pictures from Abby's show, her as Little Red and the wolf, and then some funny pictures my daughters took with our friends. And inside the little vintage card, I'm going to add some pictures of my daughters' dancers. They took some little group shots with some of the big props that we had at the event. And I'm just going to use some washi tape to stick them right in the card. And then that card I just clip right to the page. I love using cards in my journaling, but especially in December dailies, because using holiday cards is such a great way to put photos into your journaling layouts while making it look very festive and not too scrapbooky. So holiday cards are the best, especially vintage ones. I'm just going to add one of these teeny tiny paper clips. I got that whole little set of paper clips on Amazon, and it was very inexpensive. But they're little tiny paper clips. So that's a picture of all our little festive Christmas drinks. And while we are cheering or whatever at the table. And so I just stick that with one of those paper clips right into the corner of the page. And now what I'm realizing is my photos are dropping a little too much into that vintage doily. So what I do is I find a card, and I'm just going to use those same paper clips to stick them onto the back of that card. And then that way I can do some journaling on the back of that card, and the pictures won't slip too far down into the pocket. So it's a win-win. I love this little kitschy card of Santa, and it was just the front. It's a vintage card. It didn't even include the entire card. It was just the decorative front. So it was a perfect, like, vintage journaling card, if you will. So I grab a few of those paper clips, I add those pictures on, and I will do some journaling about both of the days on the back of that, off camera, of course. That way you don't have to watch me journal for 10 minutes. I had these ribbons from making a journal for Abby for closing night, but I don't end up using them. I might use them in a future layout. They're a beautiful velvet red. At this point, I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to put at the top of that page. It definitely needs something because, you know, for me and my December daily Christmas journaling, more is always more. So I love to add. It is never done. I love a very chaotic, over-decorated spread. For me, I guess that is my Christmas vibe, chaotic and over-decorated. I'm okay with that. I like that. I think I'm going to coin that phrase, actually. So it may look super busy to other eyes. To me, it's really fun and festive. So I love it. I'm excited about it. I pick a few things. And right now you just see me trying to figure it all out. I know I want to add a little vintage label to the side to make sure that I can date this layout. And we're going to go from there. So I'm just really just having fun right now. I'm just creating, just picking through all of these little goodies that I hoard, all the little vintage fun, nostalgia. And I'm really just deciding what to add there. And I felt like a kid making a Christmas card for their parents in grade school. You know, you just got to add all the glitter, all the sequin, all the rhinestones, make it as gaudy as possible. And that's kind of how I felt with this layout. It was just fun. So I broke out my label maker and I typed out closing night for one of the labels, and then I put days 8 and 9 on the other one, just to make sure that everything is recorded in terms of the date and what was happening on the layouts. So I really love this like Dymo vintage label maker. I've had mine for years, and I do find that, I don't know if it's because it's getting old, but it's getting harder to use. And I feel like it kind of messes up a little bit more. So maybe that's something I need to invest in, is a new one pretty soon, because I feel like it's kind of sticking and not quite cutting through the label anymore. So I don't know if mine's just old or if maybe it's faulty. I don't know. But I love it. I love the way it looks. I think that vintage old label sort of raised letter vibe is super cute. So I'm just adding these to all those labels rather than writing everything. And I love the way it looks. So I think this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted, just a really fun, goofy layout that would make me remember these really wonderful, wonderful days spent with family and friends. So really what I'm doing at this point is adding all of the finishing touches to this layout. And I decided to just break out my stapler because, you know, my stapler is my best friend, and I really love using it. So I'm going to add some distress ink to the Tim Holtz little pieces that I added to the top. And then once I've done that, I will just staple them right to the top too. And this layout is just about done. I have been so happy to say that even though my week has been so busy, I have stayed on top of my journaling. And for the most part, I really do feel like it gives me a lot of structure. When I feel like I am leaning too much into not being creative, it's so nice to have a December daily to remember, no, you need to take a little bit of time for yourself. And it's okay to carve out even just 10 or 15 minutes to create a simple layout, because being creative is so important to maintain that positive mental health. So I am grateful for my December daily, especially on very busy weeks like this one. And if you are watching and enjoying this video, please do me a favor and give this video a like, leave a comment. If you're new, say hi so I can say hi back. I apologize if you have been commenting this week, and if you are new, I usually try to stay on top of my comments, but like I said, it has been such a busy week. So if this is your first time here, or if you're revisiting, relatively new, I want to apologize for being somewhat non-existent this week. This has definitely been unusual for me because I love meeting you and chatting with you and responding and getting to know you. So if I have not been around, I promise I will be back this week, and we can chit chat and get to know each other. So I'm just going to add this little vintage piece, and then I think it will be really fun to do a little flip through so you can see what I have been up to. So this is the very first page in this December daily for 2023. It is just an introduction. I always add one. I did some journaling, and I always try to include a picture of my Christmas tree for the year. And we always decorate it at the end of November, so it's always ready to go on the 1st of December. And I did this clear window. You can find a process video for that page here on YouTube. I will link it below. The very first day was a big Patreon shipping day, so I added a whole bunch of odds and ends from goodies I had sent out on the 1st. The second was Christmas shopping, and I hit the Bath & Body Works sale, so there's like a whole candle theme going through day 2. Day 3, I filmed that age tape tutorial. If you wanted to see that, you could catch that here on YouTube. I kept that really pretty page just because I didn't want to cover it up. This is day 4, and it was a final dress rehearsal. Day 5, I received a lot of Christmas cards, so I journaled a little bit about that. Day 6 was opening night of Into the Woods, which was exciting. This is day 7, and I was getting a little bit sick, so I used that really cute image and some happy mail. I added some pictures, and then this is day 8 and 9, which we did here together. And I hope you enjoyed that process, and I hope you were inspired. So let me know if you are also working on a December daily. I would love to check it out. I would love to give your video a like, or even follow you on Instagram or TikTok. Here is a closer view of what we put together today. I love the colors. I've done my journaling off camera, and I can't tell you how happy it was for me to create this layout, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. So remember, when these weeks get very, very busy leading up to Christmas, to not neglect your mental health and your moments to journal and just be creative. I know it's very difficult as someone who just went through a very, very busy week, but I promise you, you will be so happy that you did. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you were inspired today. I hope your holiday is cheery. I hope your Christmas is bright. And I hope you also have a very happy new year. Thanks for watching, friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.